what it is, good people, you know who it is. I'm Bro Fam right here, J No Truth.
On the Mista Darkeye Podcast.
All right, what it is, great people, you know who it is. I am Mista Darkeye. You tuned in to the Mista Darkeye Podcast right here on Anchor FM. New soul music, the home of motivation to trust God and live your dreams. Today, I have a co-host that has been on with me before, but today, she was a guest last time. She is my co-host today. She's laughing. She's excited. I hit her up. I say, hey, I need your help today. And she was like, what? You give me a reason to get some clothes on and step out? I am there. Charity so she's work. Here. You know what it's charity work. Okay, cool. All right. My melanated Melanie is here. Just my thoughts with Mel. What's up?
What is going on?
Hey, it's going on. It's a little warm today. Got a little hot weather going on outside, but we both got sweaters and hoodies on like it ain't even warm.
Pneumonia weather.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. Mess around and get sick out here. For real.
Yeah.
So it's Monday. Mm-hmm. How was your Monday?
Productive.
Okay.
I would big up my gym, but they're not my sponsor. So I can't say the name, but yeah, they got me a little worn out today working out. But other than that, it's been productive.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Always got to be productive no matter what day it is. Get something done. Do something today you ain't do yesterday.
Yeah.
That's my motto.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for me today was been hectic because had a lot of stuff that was going on and then get canceled. And then I had some stuff I had to do when I got here. But either way, we got it done. We starting today off well though, because I'm excited. Back on camera with my man Scott. You won't see him, but he behind the scenes doing his production. He the one to make the show look marvelous and all that good stuff, man. You know what I mean? You know, part of the team. The reason why we got the 2022 Podcast of the Year, Queen City Awards.
Hey.
The team is strong. Shout out to J No Truth.
Hey.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we here though, 2023. What you looking forward to in 2023?
You know what? It's funny because someone asked me that in 2022 and I said more. And I had no idea what I was talking about then.
You just said more. Okay.
I said more and I wasn't specific. And now it's like all kind of things are being thrown out there and I'm just going with it. So I got what I requested.
More.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Still the beginning of the year. So
last year was more. This year's even more. Much more.
No, coming into 2023, I said more, and now here we are. So,
gotcha.
And it's only February, so I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens
for the
rest of the year.
It seemed like it's starting off slow.
You think so?
You think it's going by fast? I
feel like I am in NASCAR right now. So I'm like, can everything just slow down for a second? But I'm going with it. You
got to seize the moment. Take time out to just woosah.
Yeah, I think I want to make sure that I take every opportunity possible in that moment, right? And make sure I flush through everything and it's not just something that happened. And I didn't take like full a full opportunity to flush through and see like what else can I do, what else can come from this, what else can I learn from this, what connections can I get from it. So yeah, I couldn't think of the word, but yeah, whatever that word is, I was trying to make sure I take all the opportunities I can in that moment.
Right, because you took a leap of faith. You started your podcast, Just My Thoughts with Mel. Be sure to check that out on Spotify. She got about 10 episodes in now?
Yeah.
You grinding.
Wild out here.
You really is fun. Getting it in. I know it is. You're having a great time. I can tell.
Yeah.
Every Thursday you can catch her new episodes.
Absolutely.
So you just also jumped into something else other night at church. You had your acting debut. Well, not your debut, because you done did that before.
I mean, I'm a professional. You know what I'm
Go ahead, talk it now.
I'm not Hollywood.
You know what I mean?
I'll toot my own horn. Yes, so
Love Day. Happy Love Day.
Love Day was held at KFTNC, Kingdom Full Tabernacle, and I was given the opportunity to be a part of the drama ministry. A1 actors, by the way.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Everyone was exceptional, and it was a talk show about the topic of love and how we can see those different types of love, those 4 types of love in the Bible. And it was acted out. So it was fun to be a talk show host for like 30 minutes, which is funny because I actually, a while ago, there was a local Christian network when I was in Ohio that I wanted to pitch a TV idea for. And so to now be a part of a drama team and I had to be this talk show host, I was like, this is funny, God. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Who came up with that idea?
Sister Olivia came up with the talk show idea with some of the other members. And I thought that was just so clever how it was all put together. And I was like, she has no idea. But yeah, I wanted to, pitch a TV show that kind of resembled the same. Not quite, but I ain't gonna say too much because you got too many viewers on here. I don't want anybody to steal my idea.
Don't worry about it. You'll be protected. So, so check it. So they came up with the idea, and then they chose you, or you volunteered for the role.
You know what? I don't remember. I think I was voluntold.
Wait, hold on. You done put something new out there. What is that?
Where you are basically told to do it.
Oh, okay.
They say you don't have to, but they really mean you're going to.
Okay, so you was picked.
So yes, I was voluntold. I don't remember actually like wavering, like, oh, maybe somebody else. Like, no. It was like, oh, I think you should do it. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like when people write a role out and they automatically know who they this is Denzel's role, or this is okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So you was picked for this role. They saw you in this role, and then you killed it. Cause like I'm gonna tell you, I really did feel like I was at a talk show. I really did.
I'm glad you felt like that. Oh, we were trying to, jazz it up a little bit for our studio audience.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. The author that I was interviewing, such a natural, so easy to work with, and it was easier for me because everyone else was just really in their element, and so we're still getting compliments on that play.
I bet
still. So yeah, it was awesome.
See, now this is gonna be part of your story once you kind of get on out there in Hollywood and doing your thing. You know what I mean? You'll be like, yeah, this is kind of where it started. So. Yeah, like I said, I really did feel like I was at a talk show. And you couldn't have told me that he wasn't the author and there wasn't a real book that y'all was talking about.
Right.
Like it was all like really, really extremely done well.
Yeah, God is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely, always. So yeah, that definitely was fun to be there as well. Y'all church is lit all the time, though.
24/8.
They won't let nobody. I'm telling you, they say you sitting down too long. Like, look here, it's time to get up and dance. Had me dancing. I'm like, what is going on? They put me on the spot a few times.
Yeah, I really hope you share that clip. But yeah, Love Day. Love Day is an extension of the love that is shown every Sunday at KFT.
Yeah.
So I think that. It was just, it made sense. It's something that's consistent. We're going to dance. We're going to celebrate Jesus, and we're going to celebrate each other in our different gifts, and just learn how to work together as a body.
Yeah, they was asking me to come back, and I was like, okay. I mean, I definitely make my way back over there.
I mean, we're not trying to steal you from your people, but.
I mean, I know, I get it. I know how, I done been through that a lot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where churches be like, what church you go to? Well, you should come here. You should come. I get it. I've gotten that for years. So yeah. I get it. You know what I mean? But I do like the energy. I love the fact that where the Bible study that y'all do there, I love the interaction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I love that
I
part.
feel like this is a KFT program.
I'm getting ready to shift that. I'm glad you said that. But anyway, because we have been talking about them for a minute.
What are we doing here? I mean, I'm all
You're
for
right.
it. Listen, if y'all don't know, look up KFT, Kingdom Full Tabernacle, on Instagram, Facebook, Apostle Dominic Osei, Prophetess Leslie Osei. You will not be disappointed.
There you go. Okay. All right, moving on. Moving on. So earlier I showed you something that I thought was interesting when they talking about R&B versus gospel vocals wise. And I think we pretty much both said that R&B vocally would be on top of gospel singers.
I don't remember saying that, but sure.
I thought, okay, based on what we had on the list.
I don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? The girls out here want to tussle over their favorite singer, and I don't want no problems.
Okay, but based off of what we was looking at, let me pull this back up.
I know in the gospel arena, nobody can box with is it Kalante?
Yeah. He's a young beast.
Yeah, nobody can box with him. J Moss still holds it down.
Yeah.
Marvin Winans is still that man. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm forgetting someone. I know.
Yeah. So on the R&B side, you had Wanye from Boys and Men. You got Joe. You got Mario. You got Avery Wilson. You got Tank, Chris Brown, P.J. Morton, and then on the gospel side, you got Eric Dawkins. Dawkins, Darryl Walls, Melvin Crispell the third, John Moss,
J Moss.
I say John.
You did.
I don't know. Maybe is his name John? It might be.
I've never known. It's a mystery. He's always been J Moss.
Yeah, he always been John.
Yes.
His name might be John. Zacardi and Kalante, and then Gene Moore Jr., who looks like Willie Moore Jr. But yeah, I just feel like vocal wise, you know, that based on that list, looked like R&B would take it. But I listen to R&B and gospel for two different reasons though, so I don't know.
Well, I'll ask that question in a second. But yeah, let me say a lot of those R&B singers learned what they learned from the gospel world. Yeah,
you're right.
So technically they all on the same team at this point.
Yeah. So what question you want to ask me?
I forgot. No, I'm playing. You said you listen to them for specific reasons.
Right, I do.
So what do you mean by that?
R&B, I listen to it for the stories that's in it, the mood. Gospel, I listen to it for the message, you know, the spirit of the song.
Got it.
That reason.
Just wondering.
I know. But yeah, I mean, you know, I just thought that was interesting. Didn't too many people comment on that. I guess they weren't even interested but it could happen. I don't even know if they still doing verses.
I haven't seen a verses since probably September last year. So I don't know. I know that it was getting bigger, and at one point they were going to charge everyone to watch the verses, but after the old school segment, it was kind of like it fizzled out. So who knows what they got going on? Who
knows? But you are big on music. You love music. I heard you talk about you wake interviewed. Up. Ain't that's what you want? You don't want that. Did you not say that you wanted? You last time we had. Look, this is part 2, y'all. She's on as a co-host this time.
Co-host.
So
I think I was being a guest, but it's okay. Continue.
I'm asking you questions. That's all right. You can ask me questions.
I'm
too.
here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna flow with it.
That's what we doing. Right now, you interrupting the flow. You gonna make me forget what I was getting ready to ask you.
Okay, we talking about.
I did. Oh yeah, music. You listen to music all the time. So, when you told me you listen to gospel in the morning, that's what you get up to, whatever the case may be, right? So, gospel is your go-to, like.
Gospel and gospel jazz is my go-to probably majority of the time. Yeah.
All right. So, who's some of your favorite artists? Put me on, because I don't be knowing everybody.
Okay. They're not gonna be American. So what? I know. But you know,
this about to get interesting. Okay.
So I have Victoria Oren's She's Nigerian. Absolutely love her. She has 5011 YouTubes on online, so you can listen to her various songs. I don't know if she has an actual album, but she has, moments of worship. And Victor Thomas, he is not American either, but he's gospel as well. So Victoria Orenz, Victor Thomas, and then you have, there's someone else. I don't remember his name off top. And then Nathaniel Bassey.
Don't know who that is neither.
I think he's Nigerian as well. So yeah, I have ventured over
I see.
to another arena of gospel artists. And I don't know. I just feel like the worship is different. It's more intense. I feel like the words are more impactful for me.
Okay.
So I don't know how everyone else will receive it, but that's just me for right now. I don't mind the Jonathan McReynolds. I've seen him twice in concert. I've seen Melanie Music twice in concert. I've seen who else? Well, they were the only most recent gospel artists I've seen in concert. And then when Toby first started out, I've seen him in concert as well. That was before Fat was rapping. So I'm behind. So yeah. So, I decided to gravitate only because I wanted to see what else was out there, especially when you don't really get to hear all of the other artists that are up and coming. Nobody's really highlighting them like that,
right?
In the US, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so I was like, well, branch out.
We're going to take a break, man. Listen to the Mista Darkeye Podcast right here on Anchor FM. New soul music.
Yeah.
Home of motivation to trust God and live your dreams. The Mista Darkeye Podcast is being brought to you by Don Johnson State Farm Insurance. Activate Don in your life and experience the impact. Why? Because Don Johnson is a visionary. She's determined, people-focused, a problem solver, and she's generous. Visit donjohnson.net and donjohnsoncares.com to learn more about her work with the people and the community. Does Don Johnson do too much? Maybe, but that's just Dawn. She loves the people and she is a change agent. So make sure you stop by Don Johnson State Farm Insurance, located at Rock Hills, Manchester Village, off of Dave Loud Boulevard, 572 John Ross Parkway, Suite 106, directly across from TJ Maxx and in between Sweet Frog and the UPS store. And don't forget to tell them Mista Darkeye sent you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You are listening to the Mista Darkeye Podcast right here on Anchor FM. New soul music, the home of motivation to trust God and live your dreams. We're back talking to Mel is here, my co-host.
Yeah.
Together. She's so gangster. So she was talking about some artists that none of us never ever heard of. But them her peoples though, representing international on the international level. But that goes to show you that, you really, because a lot of times when people don't listen to the mainstream artists, you find the artists in the underground. That means, you got an ear to what's really going on out here. But how do you, you just be searching, looking for the new artists, the underground artists?
What's funny is I've come across these artists through KFT and also through a book club that I'm
There we go again.
No,
Got another one.
Can't help it, guys.
It's all good.
You get exposed to the music from other countries, and so that's just how it happened. And what happened was, the more I listened to that, it kind of swayed. I rarely listen to today's gospel in the States. If I do listen to American gospel, it'll be more so old school, like 90s to 80s.
Okay.
Maybe some 70s. So yeah.
Yeah, I like old school myself. I think today's music and as a whole, I don't know, I don't get into it. It's so much. it's just a lot of music that comes out on it all the time.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. Like for real. Like Spotify alone gets like 40 to 50,000 uploads. And then I think Apple Music like 60,000. And it's a lot of music.
Yeah. So I think my thing is, I don't want to say it's an issue, but I don't care for a lot of newer artists, and that's no hit against them. It's my preference.
Right.
And everybody has something for somebody. It's just not for me. And so, yeah, I'll stick to, the John P. Keys and the Hezekiah Walkers and the Mississippi Mass and the Clark Sisters and, just back there. I'm going to be back there. And if I'm not back there, then it'll be, my Nigerian folks.
There you go. Well, I'm definitely interested in hearing what these artists sound like. You got to send me some music, some links.
Sure.
Yeah, I know you will.
Such a giving person.
I know you. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? You're definitely someone who practices acts of service all the time. You be looking for opportunities. You know what I mean? I saw something though that I thought was interesting. This is just still regarding music. Did you see the viral video of Busta Rhymes getting harassed by a woman? He threw a drink in her face. Did you see that?
Recently?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So the thing is, the conversation is, if it was the other way around, would she have been wrong for how she responded? You know what I mean? So I know you didn't see the video, but I'm just thinking to myself, like, why are we still having this conversation? Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, harassment is harassment, right?
Correct. Let me first say this. Nothing more annoys me than this new thing, right? Where social media is allowing people to not keep the text in context. And what I mean by that is, let's address what we just saw. Let us not try to reverse it to say, oh, but if the shoe was on the other foot, then nobody cares about that. What we're talking about right now is the video at hand. And so if you threw a drink on a female, yes, that's disrespectful. And you have too much money to be acting like this. And you're too old to be acting like this. And you're too big to be acting like this. So at the least, you could have just walked away. Yeah. So I think everybody, a lot of them still have their entourage, right? So at some point, you could have just left out. And somebody from your crew could have talked to her. Right. And said, whatever. But you chose to throw a drink. Your mentality is still like a 20-year-old. Yeah. I mean, and I get it. I mean, he might feel some type of way because she grabbed his behind. So, I mean. Like, yeah. We all bust. Like, I don't want to offend anybody, but I have to be me. And I don't have nobody to, blackball me, so I don't care. At the end of the day, Busta Rhymes has been out forever, right? And so in that club culture in the late 90s, early 2000s, men were always grabbing women's behind. They will always grab our elbow or our arm to get our attention. Right. So it was always us being grabbed the small of our back to get our attention because they wanted to talk, to get our attention because they were like, oh, come have a drink with me real quick. So why are you now acting like you were above that treatment? Because you're older? Because now it's this new environment, so you act like you're untouchable? Absolutely not, sir. You probably did that to about 500 women, and the one time a female does it to you, you want to throw a drink? Really? Yeah. Get your life together. No, absolutely not. And I'm not saying that she wasn't in the wrong. Yeah. I'm saying he overreacted. Yeah. That's what a lot of people were saying or whatever. I mean, it's, to me, it's like, okay, that happened. You turn around. And it's like, all right, you keep it moving. It ain't really that big of a deal. You being sassy for what? Yeah. Calm down. And I especially thought it was definitely an overreaction. I don't know, but this was maybe 2-3 years ago. Same thing happened to Kevin Gates while he was on stage. A woman reached up and grabbed his crotch, and he kicked her. So I was like, that's just, the baby did the same thing. He actually punched a female. So I'm like, what is going on? They wilding out you. It's obnoxious. But... yeah, they doing a lot. But anywho, I digress. So I didn't
I didn't watch the Grammys. Did you watch the Grammys?
I did not.
They were saying that all of a sudden they didn't went all the way black. I'm like,
I
okay.
think that the people who don't look like us, who are behind the scenes,
Yeah.
they know what gets ratings, and they know how to get ratings. And so it's up to us whether we want to fall into the trap or if we want to dismiss it altogether.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it makes no sense for us to complain when, the artist that we felt should have won didn't win. So
Right.
I think at the end of the day, it's kind of like your choice. But no, I'm not going to sit there for 2 hours and look at a bunch of artists I don't even listen to. So
Right. Yeah. They was like, it looked like the hip hop awards. And I seen some clips though, where they had like a bunch of artists from over the years celebrating 50 years of hip hop, and they did like this whole lineup tribute for it. I mean, it was okay. I just thought that it's interesting that they're doing it now when they never did it before or whatever. But I'm not a fan of the Grammys myself. No.
Everybody has an agenda, and so we're the ones that keep the money going, right?
Absolutely. And I was surprised that Chris Brown lashed out at Robert Glasper, who I don't really know who that is.
He's an R&B singer.
Okay. Well, I did hear one song that he had like Killer Mike on called Black Superheroes, which is pretty dope, but I don't really know him like that. But he put him on blast because he won over Chris Brown. So he was like, who the H is Robert Glasper, which he capitalized off of because he's selling merch and all kinds of stuff. And his streams then went up and everything. So it worked. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I just thought that, why lash out about this? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not.
Do you really care about an award that much?
Yeah. It's like, does it really matter? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it was just something trending for a moment. You know what I mean? On social media. But anywho, outside of the music world and social media and all that stuff like that, what got Mel's attention these days? Like, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, because my attention is like
all
10
over
different places. Right now, my attention is on health and my house, and I believe that's it at the moment.
Health and your house.
Health, house, and profession.
Okay.
Yeah. I think those would be the top 3 right now. So, just stay moving, any kind of exercise, eating better, or not even eating better, but just making better choices, basically. And so when it comes to, I don't really want to be that person that has like 15 supplements to take in the morning.
Right.
I'm cool on that. But if I can grab a salad instead of, just going out to eat somewhere, or cooking at home instead of going out, like just different subtle choices here and there. And then, just making sure that I'm doing what I can professionally to make myself better. And so, just more reading and making sure that I get my paperwork together for the board and just making myself more promotable, basically. Yeah. So knowledge is power, right?
Absolutely.
So on knowledge on both ends is where I am right now. And then, being a homeowner, I am still learning the ins and outs of what that looks like. And so it is definitely a continuous lesson being learned on how to do things on a lower budget. And then just networking with smaller businesses.
You done started doing that already? Are you getting ready to? Are you thinking about it?
I have started. Unfortunately, when you have one person that comes and they're an electrician and you're like, oh, I need a contractor or I need a landscaper, they don't really network like that. So you can't really rely on them in that respect. But yeah, just reaching out, or the people that I've met, just asking them like, hey, do you know a landscaper? Do you know a contractor? And then people will bring folks in your path. So it works.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So you say professionally, are you referring to your podcast and all the things you're trying to venture off?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. I don't even know what else may be added, but right now it is the podcast, and it is, my role as a therapist. So trying to get all of that situated, and, you're supposed to be moving in the spirit of excellence, right? And so you never want to feel like, the podcast is new. No one's really listening anyway. So I don't have to post every Thursday, or I don't have to give out top-notch quality, or to the best of my ability right now anyway. And I would never want to be in that mode anyway. I think if something was placed in your hands, you should absolutely nurture it to the best of your ability. So, just trying to stay on track with that and making sure that my content is meaningful. I've got a lot of good feedback from those in their 60s all the way down to their 20s. And so I'm happy about that. Just trying to stay on top of it, keep marketing, and professionally, just making sure my licensure be on the way, and then I can see what's next with that. My passion is to go with teen girls. I think that it's going to end up being teens in general.
Okay.
But yeah, just to kind of get the nonprofit up and going.
Yeah, okay. So nonprofit is in the plans. Yeah, you really is trying to get it in there. So you talk about operating on the level of excellence. I think you do that. Like, and
I'm trying.
Nah, you doing it for real. You stop saying trying, because you're doing it.
Okay, I'm doing it, but I think, obviously some of us can be our worst critic, right?
Yeah, you are.
So sometimes when I don't post on Thursday and I end up posting on Friday, the new podcast, I'm like, ugh. So I get down on myself about little things
Which
like
you
that.
should.
So yeah, it's just a matter of being on top of my game across the board, and just showing God that I'm grateful,
Yeah, absolutely. You got to use your gifts. You gave them to you, got to use it. And like for me, like I said, when I start looking in, you naturally do it. But you, like you said, you're going to be your own worst critic, but you naturally do operate on a level of excellence, even when you're just talking about your everyday life, dealing with people coming to your house, do maintenance and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, regardless of whether you understand what they're doing or not, you still on top of things. You know what I'm saying? You making sure that they ain't coming in there taking advantage of you and all that stuff. So, I mean.
No, that wouldn't happen, because I have a permit.
There you go.
Amen.
Amen to that. Yeah. I told you gangster. I told you she gangster now. You play with her if you want to. You play with her now. So you definitely operate on a level of excellence, so much to the point where you are an inspiration. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Yeah, you are. Well, I'm speaking personally, because it makes me want to step my game up when I see you operating how you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You come in here with your notes and everything. You killing it. I even did it today. Look, I'm gonna show y'all what I did. I got my little notes right here. You know what I'm saying? But and Scott I don't even do that. But
something news.
Yeah. But definitely when you do that, when you operate on a certain level of excellence, it will inspire and make other people evaluate what they've been doing and what they can do better. So continue to keep doing that. You doing it.
That's all I can do is just keep going.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because the consistency is what's going to ultimately be the key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, regardless of how it's actually going, whether you feel like you are killing it or not killing it, just stay consistent and get it out there on Thursdays.
We sticking to it, man.
Get it out there on Thursdays.
Well, what's funny is that a lot of times, so there'll be topics that naturally come up.
Yeah.
But before that topic naturally comes up, I'll already have like 3 things that I wanted to talk about.
Right.
But it doesn't flow like I want it to when I try to record it. And then once the recording is done, it's like, oh, I forgot to mention this, or I forgot to mention that. Yeah. And when it's something that is already in me to talk about, I don't forget anything. The flow is there, and I'm just like, So now I've gotten to a point where I can't force a topic. It
Right.
literally has to come naturally. And I think that was the biggest thing I had to learn. If I go with what's natural and what's already happening, it'll come from a place of genuineness, and I actually flow better when recording. And it's a one take and out the door.
Yeah, you definitely be one taking it. You rocking and just getting in here and getting it done. I do notice that you write well too, though. So when you gonna start writing that book?
What do you mean I write well?
I'll be reading your descriptions.
You reading my book?
No, huh?
What are you reading?
Yeah, write your book. I'll be reading your descriptions on your podcast.
Under the podcast, the details.
Yeah, but so, but yeah, I feel like you can write well. So
all right. Short paragraphs well. I don't know about a whole book.
You see what you do. You see what you be doing, y'all. Look, this is motivation. This is motivation to trust God and live your dreams. So I'm speaking this into existence. I told you was gonna be acting. Then boom, you get on stage and you doing your acting thing
out here.
So look, the book. Yeah. So tell me you ain't never thought about it.
I did think about writing a book probably about 2-3 years ago. And I did have a topic. I'm not going to share it with y'all, but it's still in my notes. So we'll see. Because
here's the thing. We are living in the day and time right now that's something that is like, you can do it. Like it ain't no, I can't do it. I don't know how. It's like you can definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely is possible. I think that I attempted to reach out to a book publishing agent, I think was her role. And for whatever reason, we didn't connect. And so if I try twice and nothing comes out of it, I'll lay off of it and just go and pivot somewhere else. And so I kind of put it on pause. But yeah, I think that we'll see.
It's coming. Just like, yeah, it's coming. So you got your podcast, you got your book coming, you got some more acting gigs. I'm gonna actually link you up with Jane Johnson, who actually you met her or you seen her when you came to the Taste of Rock Hill.
Yeah.
And you see my amazing dancers. So she does the dark chocolate nutcracker every year for Christmas. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't get you into that. Get you on the stage.
I'm out here.
See?
I'm gonna say yes to everything.
There you
unless
go.
It's a little
there
shaky,
you go.
then I'll be like, no, thank you. But yeah.
Yeah, we doing that. Get you in there. We can see what role we can get you popping. Get you some of them IMDb credits.
Right.
All that popping.
Get my networks up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because you, I'm telling you, you ready for this. All of that. Like I say, I just see so many different layers and gifts and talents in you that you just that you just been probably talking about over the years and wondering like if I should I, and all this. Yeah. You've been doing that, ain't you? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have.
No,
Go on and admit it.
think,
Don't start lying now.
No, I think when I was living in Philadelphia, and going to Temple University, hey Owls. So I wanted to do a nonprofit then. But it had nothing to do with youth. It was more so combining my fashion degree and psychology degree, right? And so...
So wait, you got a fashion degree too?
Yeah.
Woman of many talents, but I tell you, okay, all right.
Out here.
You definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like I have a lot to offer, and sometimes when you feel like that, it's kind of like, but God, where do I fit? Because everything is so like, there's a box here, and I'm like, but I don't fit in a box because I have too many layers. So yeah, we'll see how this unfolds.
Powerful. So you say, I ain't even, y'all heard it. Powerful.
I didn't hear it.
You know who you are. And that's the thing. A lot of times people don't realize that they, like, well, they know who they are, but they just be wondering, like, does everybody else know? But they don't know. only you know. And that's the part that be the most uncomfortable at times. You only want to know your value when you walk into a room and you're trying to convince everybody else, but they're not ready to know. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of us have an idea of who we are, and I think it's ever evolving. And I think the closer you get to God, the more it's revealed. And then like you start to look at yourself like, I could do that for real. And then when people give you feedback, for some of us, it's difficult to take. Because it's kind of like, what? Especially when you're not used to accolades, right? And so it can be a little uncomfortable. And you always want to be in that space of humility. So yeah, it's an interesting dance. But as it unfolds, you start to settle into who you are more and more. And then you are able to maintain your authenticity. So yeah, that should be interesting.
It is. Look at you. You're just over there just smiling and glowing. You rocking with it, though. You doing your thing, though. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's wonderful to see it, though. I've seen it, so many times where people finally step into it and they start just, realizing that, like you said, I can actually do this. I can make this happen. Because they go so long with thinking that they can't do it or wondering if they're going to be good enough. I mean, you're going to be bad at it or not do it to your satisfaction in the beginning. It's supposed to be that way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to give yourself some grace and some time to get better and grow, because I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I didn't go to school for none of this. We all are.
And I mean, and a lot of us that went to school, just because you went to school doesn't mean you're smart, right?
Yeah, say that.
So
that's a bar.
So at the end of the day, it's like you're still a dummy that just has student loan debt. So going to college is basically just a stepping stone, and what you do in college will prepare you. If you retain the information, then great, you can go and be successful. But if you just went to college to party and be a part of a sorority or fraternity, then what?
Yeah, and then you put your documents on the wall and be like, yeah, I did that. But then it's like, okay,
still got work to do.
You do. You still got a lot of work to do. Still got to put the work in. It doesn't matter what you got on your wall. But I truly do believe that that you can be successful and you can do whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be what everybody else is saying. Go to school, go do this, go do that. Because I feel like God has already placed this stuff in you. You can't get no training and no education for the things that God has already placed in you. It's there already.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, everyone isn't going to be a podcast host, right? Everyone's not going to be in Hollywood in some respect, but that blue collar worker who is a plumber, that woman who is an electrician or running a food truck, like those things, you can still exemplify Christ through your life and show that spirit of excellence in that respect. So yeah,
everybody ain't meant to do it, because it ain't easy. It's not easy at all. It's definitely going to be a lot of challenges. You're going to be putting in a lot of work and a lot of hours, a lot of time. But that's why I got to be a passion. You got to love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that needs to be said more often. Yeah. So that people don't think like, I don't like my boss, so let me go open my own company.
Yeah, but not do that, because you need some steady income from them steady bills. Right now.
They will be there every month.
Yes.
On time.
Yeah, definitely, y'all. We ain't telling you to quit your jobs. Don't quit your jobs. Don't do that. But definitely prepare yourself to transition. And do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Operate on a level of excellence the way Mel does. All right. Why you roll your eyes?
Because I can.
You're on camera now. Everybody saw that.
They love me for it.
Yeah, just nobody but Mel. That's what we said last time. Nobody but Mel. All right, y'all. We didn't had a great conversation to the point where we gave a lot of people some free promo, but it's all good. Matter of fact.
Don't do that.
You're right. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. It's all good. It's all good. But we love them. We love them. But yeah. So this has been amazing. I feel like this year is going to be full of unexpected blessings beyond anything that we could possibly ask for. 2023. I say 23 is like the year of greatness because of Michael Jordan. That's what I'm gonna say. Is that corny?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Mel usually say stuff I say is corny. So that's what's up. That's what's up. But that wasn't corny. She usually be like, yeah, that was corny. I think, what was that when I said I kept quoting New Edition?
Can you stand the rain?
Yeah, you booed me.
Yeah,
she booed me. And you told me that I wasn't. You said at the end of the show he's not gonna be back. I caught that. I didn't realize you said that on your podcast. Then kick me off the show. It's cool. It's cool. It's all good.
You got two opportunities to be on the podcast.
That's it. You can get no more, sir.
You might be back later. We'll think about it.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, unlike you always welcome him.
Thank you so much.
You a trip. But again, though, make sure y'all check out Just My Thoughts with Mel on Spotify. Episodes might be uploaded on every Thursday.
Will be every Thursday by God's grace.
Every Thursday, y'all. Any particular time they should be looking for these episodes, man?
On Thursday.
Oh, snap. The camera didn't went off. Go ahead.
On Thursday.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So we are all done here. We didn't talk enough. My time about to run out anyway. Any shout outs, anything? Anybody you want to say hello to?
Shout out to Kingdom Full Tabernacle.
All right, that's it. Let me cut the check. I want the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Mista Darkeye Podcast right here on Anchor FM, New Soul Music, the home of motivation to trust God and live your dreams and nobody else. Make sure y'all go to State Farm, Don Johnson State Farm Insurance, located at Manchester, to get yourself some insurance. She's gonna look out for you. And we out, y'all. Bye.